wabarakatuh.
Okay, good afternoon and warm greetings to everyone. Welcome to the international webinar on wasiyah and inheritance planning on digital assets, organized by the Islamic Financial Planner Association (IFPA). And I'm Budiman Indra Jaya. I'm also the CEO of Urun RI, and I will be your moderator today. Thank you to all our speakers, participants, and IFPA for making this event possible. Today is a special day as we not only gather to discuss an important topic, but also welcome, inshallah, the blessed month of Ramadan. Also on Canada, Mr. Fahad also told me around Saturday the Ramadan will begin, inshallah, which begin maybe tonight. There's a hisab in Indonesia. May this holy month bring us all peace, blessings, and an opportunity for deeper reflections and growth, inshallah ta'ala. Our discussions today is highly relevant in this era of digital transformations as we explore how digital assets inheritance planning can align with Islamic principles to ensure ethical and efficient wealth transfers. And for the beginning, let's begin with the opening speech from IFPA Chairwoman, Professor Dr. Murniati Mukhlisin. Please, we'll welcome Professor. The floor is yours, Professor.
Thank you, Brother Budiman. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, nasta'inu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzubillahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah, asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala sayyidina Muhammad. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Shadaqallahul azim. Alhamdulillah, we have a very good timing for today while waiting for the Hilal announcement in Indonesia, while other countries have confirmed that tomorrow is going to be the first Ramadan. But by the way, the differences in timing are always there in the world due to the moon site, different methodology, different work, the calculation that we did, which is very normal. Alhamdulillah, today we are going to discuss bridging Islamic heritage with digital innovation, securing future generation through Shariah-compliant digital assets inheritance. So we understand that we have our sister Rina Susanti Abidin Bahren. She is the Vice Rector of Daarul Qur'an Institute, and she is a member of IFPA, and she is also a financial planner. And of course, we would like to see more from her perspective on the topic. And we have, of course, Brother Fahad Siddiqui, in which he is now in Toronto. We have to appreciate him because he is in the middle of the night, 1:30 a.m. So after the webinar, perhaps he will wait for sometimes for subuh. After subuh, you are most welcome to sleep again, brother Fahad. And of course, we have before we have the time for discussions. Of course, we have our co-founder of IFPA. He is also a associate director of Indonesia Financial Advisory Community, Indra Prakoso, who is well known among our financial planning community. He is very charming. He is very kind, friendly, and you are anytime you can approach him. So I've been knowing him for 20 over the years, 25 over the years, and mashallah. And he is, he looks young forever. So I can see that, he never changed. And mashallah, his loving to his mother is absolutely amazing. I think everyone should actually learn from his affection and patience, and also attention to his mother, who is now mommy. We call her now at the age of 80 something. IPK
94.
94, mashallah. Mashallah, mashallah. Ya Allah, so time passed by. I really wanted to meet her in person again. It's just like before, but COVID really, brings the gap. And even I would like to have iftar. I told him that I would like to have iftar with mommy, and taking along our financial planners to his house, which is but due to restricted guests, perhaps, so we are not really encouraged to see her in person. But of course, you do for mommy at the age of 94. Indra always said he is not taking care of his mommy, but his mommy actually taking care of him. To know something like that. Very, very, very wise saying. Perhaps he will say that again today. And mashallah, we actually understand that wasiya is actually something that encouraged and has been mentioned in the Quran several times. One of them actually in the Surah Al-Baqarah 180. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كتب عليكم إذا حضر أحدكم الموت إن ترك خيرا الوصية للوالدين والأقربين بالمعروف حقا على المتقين. So this one is actually prescribed for you when the death approaches. Any one of you, if he leaves wealth, is that he should make a bequest for the parents and near relatives according to what is acceptable. A duty upon the writers. This is haqqan. Haqqan is actually a duty. Yeah. A duty means as a compulsory. Alal muttaqin. To those actually the writers. And of course, in the Al-Farah, we understand that there are several verses, and in fact, there are 4 wordings in Surah An-Nisa 11 and 12 that also quotes the word wasiyah. Min ba'di wasiyatin usi biha aw dain. So this is actually something that we need to remember. Even in the calculation, even when we die, we make a wasiyah, and after we die, our inheritance will be actually divided accordingly. But after taking considerations of wasiyah and dain, or debt. Although min ba'di wasiyatin, wasiyah is mentioned the first time in the verse, but then it is actually valid after everything considered like a debt, loan, anything outstanding. So I think this is quite interesting when we relate this wasiyah and inheritance to digital assets. How do we deal with that? And I think this, I welcome you to the discussion, and I'm sure we're going to have a fruitful message from the speakers, and I can invite you to make the discussions more fruitful. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your coming. And inshallah, we'll have more webinars in the future. Hidayah wal afu minkum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor Dr. Murniati Mukhlisin, for your very inspiring words. Gentlemen, next we will hear a keynote speech from Indra Prakoso, the co-founder of IFPA and Associate Director of Indonesian Financial Advisor Community. Please proceed, Pak Indra. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Budiman. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much for the very kind words from Madam Anik, and also thank you for audience to come with also with, of course, with your good deeds, and also the eagerness to learn about the cryptocurrencies and etc. Well, distinguished guests, esteemed scholars, financial practitioners, and honored attendees, I'm deeply grateful and humbled to be here today, delivering this keynote speech on a topic that is not only relevant, but essential in today's financial landscape. As a co-founder of the International Financial Planning Association, I have had the privilege of witnessing the rapid evolution of financial systems worldwide. We are now standing at a pivotal point in financial history, where traditional wealth management intersects with digital innovation. The growing prominence of digital assets, including cryptocurrencies, digital securities, NFTs, and online investment portfolios, has transformed the way we perceive and manage wealth, with global cryptocurrency ownership reaching 425 million users in 2024, and digital assets comprising an estimated 25% of personal wealth in developed economies. It is clear that these assets are become a significant part of financial portfolios. Yet, despite this growth, studies indicate that more than 60% of digital assets holders have not included them in their formal estate plans. This presents an urgent challenge. How do we ensure that these assets are protected, managed, and transferred in accordance with Sharia principles? Today, we will discuss how Islamic heritage and financial principles can be harmonized with digital innovation to create structured, Sharia-compliant digital assets inheritance frameworks. We will explore the challenges, potential solutions, and the role financial planners must play in securing wealth for future generations. Islam provides a well-established framework for inheritance through faraid and wasiyah. These principles are designed to ensure fair wealth distribution among heirs while maintaining economic sustainability within families and communities. The Quran explicitly outlines the law of inheritance in Surah An-Nisa, emphasizing the importance of just distribution and the avoidance of disputes. However, when we examine digital assets through the lens of Islamic inheritance, we face several unprecedented challenges. First, intangibility and decentralization. Unlike physical wealth, digital assets are stored in decentralized networks, often encrypted and accessible only via private keys. Without access, these assets could be lost indefinitely. Second, legal and regulatory uncertainty. Many countries have yet to develop clear solutions on digital assets inheritance, create ambiguity in applying Islamic law to these assets. And the last, lack of awareness and documentations. Many Muslims are unaware of the need to include digital assets in their wasiyah, leading to a risk and their wealth being unclaimed or inaccessible upon their passing. While these challenges may seem daunting, they present an opportunity for financial professionals, scholars, and legal experts to create structured solutions that uphold Sharia principles while adapting to modern advancements. To effectively address these challenges, we must integrate digital innovation with Islamic financial principles. This requires a multifaceted approach that ensure compliance with Sharia while leveraging modern technological tools like digital wasi'ah and structured documentations. And just as physical assets are documented in a legal will, digital assets must also be accounted for an Islamic estate planning. This includes listing all digital holdings, providing access instructions, and ensuring compliance with faraid. Islamic financial institutions should develop digital wasi'ah platforms where Muslims can securely register their digital assets and designate heirs. And the second is smart contracts and blockchain technology. In smart contracts can automate inheritance distribution based on predefined Sharia compliance conditions. When triggered, assets can be transferred seamlessly to designated heirs, reducing disputes and delays. Blockchain's transparency and immutability provide a secure method of recording inheritance agreements that cannot be altered or manipulated. And the third, custodian and multi-signature wallets. A multi-signature wallet requires multiple parties to approve a transaction before it can be executed. This could be structured to that an Islamic financial institutions. The assets holder and an executor collectively manage digital inheritance. Custodian services can safeguard digital assets and ensure that they are passed on in accordance with Islamic laws. And the fourth, regulatory and Sharia compliance frameworks. Financial planners, Islamic scholars, and policymakers must collaborate to establish global guidelines for Sharia-compliant digital assets inheritance. Regulatory authorities should recognize and incorporate digital assets within Islamic financial laws to prevent legal uncertainties. Financial planners have a critical role in bridging the gap between the digital finance and Islamic inheritance law. We must educate clients about the importance of integrating digital assets into their Islamic estate plans, provide advisory services on Sharia-compliant digital assets management, develop tools and resources that facilitate easy documentations, access, and secure transfer of digital wealth. Advocate for regulatory advancements that recognize digital assets in Islamic financial jurisprudence. The Islamic Financial Planner Associations is committed to ensure that these discussions lead to actionable solutions. Through educational programs, partnership with regulators, and the promotions of digital literacy, we aim to empower financial planners to better serve their clients in this new era. The need for immediate action cannot be overstated. Without the right steps, digital assets risk becoming orphan wealth, inaccessible, and ultimate loss. As financial planners and leaders in Islamic finance, we have a duty to ensure that these assets are properly managed and transferred according to Islamic principles. Our call to action is clear. 1. Encourage Muslims to proactively include digital assets in their estate planning. Second, develop Sharia-compliant technological solution to facilitate digital inheritance. And the 3, collaborate across industries to create a global standard for Islamic digital assets management. In conclusions, digital transformation is inevitable, but with the right strategies, we can ensure that Islamic financial heritage remain intact in the digital era. By taking proactive steps today, we safeguard not only wealth, but also the financial security and dignity for future generations. May discussion serve as a stepping stone towards a comprehensive Sharia-compliant digital inheritance framework. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Waalaikumsalam wabarakatuh. Terima kasih juga Pak Indra. Thank you, Pak Indra, for your insightful presentations and keynote speech. And then now we move on to our discussion sessions. We have two distinguished panelists who will share their expertise on Islamic inheritance planning for digital assets. And our first panelist is Bu Rina Susanti Abidin Bahren. He's the Vice Rector of Daarul Quran Institute Jakarta. She will discuss about Sharia principles and legal framework for digital asset inheritance. 30 minutes, inshallah. Please proceed, Bu Rina. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Budiman. Send my PPT to Mr. Fahrul. Can you help me to deliver this PPT for my
Okay.
guest sharing?
Okay.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Hamdan katsiran tayyiban mubarakan fihi wa mubarakan alayhi kama yuhibbu rabbuna wa yarda. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ummatihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Honorable to Madam Ani and Mr. Indra and also Mr. Fahad. And thanks to Mr. Budiman to allow me for beginning my speech, my presentation in this very good afternoon. And to all participants, Alhamdulillah, we're getting together in this very good occasion. And before it, I would like to thank to IFPA, especially to Madam Ani for giving me the opportunity to be at this extremely usable event. And also to Mr. Indra, who has presented very good material for opening, which seems to be very similar to the material that I will present today. I'm very happy because this is a proof that we have many similarities and agreements in terms of inheritance in Islam, especially in terms of digital asset inheritance, which is very useful for our future generation. Okay, Mr. Budiman, okay, thank you for this first as a legacy for future generation. This topic is very relevant in today's digital era, especially in the context of Islamic heritage management. In this rapidly evolving digital age, there are opportunities to manage and safeguard Islamic heritage assets in innovative ways, many ways to save these very good assets. Digitization of heritage assets not only facilitates archiving and preservation, but also ensures that future generations can inherit and understand the values contained in this asset in accordance with Sharia principle. Okay, for introduction, I would like to tell and share again about the concept of inheritance according to Islamic law. Just because before that, Mr. Indra and also Madam Ani said, inheritance in Islamic are known as the fara'id or inheritance, which is regulated in the Quran and Hadith. And this concept of inheritance provides clear guidelines regarding who is entitled to receive inheritance and how it is distributed. The fair and Sharia-compliant management of inheritance is an important component in ensuring the Islamic values are applied in daily life, preserving property and also relationship between family members. And of course, for creating a more harmonious and just society. Here are some key points regarding the concept of inheritance in Islam. The first that we know, the legal basis is the rules regarding inheritance are found in the Quran, particularly in Surah An-Nisa 11, 12, and also 176. This verse explains who are the heirs and the share they should receive. The second is heirs. In Islam, heirs consist of several classes. namely mandatory heirs, such as children, spouses, parents, and also non-mandatory heirs. Each group has a certain share that is regulated proportionally, of course. The third is partition of property. The division of inheritance should be done fairly in accordance with the established rules. For example, a son get double the share of a daughter. And the fourth is prohibition of obstruction. A person cannot obstruct a rightful heir, nor is it permissible to change the inheritance agreement that has been determined in Islam. Okay, the next we will tell about the importance of fair and Shariah-compliant inheritance management. The first is social justice welfare. Of course, the fair inheritance management ensures that all entitled parties get their share proportionally, thereby reducing the likelihood of conflict within the family and maintaining harmonious relationship between family members. The second is avoiding injustice. In many cases, by pregnancy, there is the potential to treat heirs unfairly. Shariah-compliant inheritance management prevents discrimination against certain family members, such as women. The third is preserving family property and honor. We need that proper enforcement of inheritance laws help preserve the wealth that has been accumulated over a lifetime and save the family from legal and morality issues that may arise due to non-compliance with Sharia. The fourth is education and awareness. By understanding the importance of inheritance in Islam and how it is managed, people can better understand their responsibilities toward wealth and inheritance, and also serve as a teaching to the next generation about the value of justice and rights. The fifth and the last, but the importance of fair and Shariah-compliant inheritance management is adherence to religious concepts. Managing that our inheritance according to Sharia principle is a form of obedience to Allah and part of conducting every aspect of life according to religious requirements. This brings very blessing and peace of mind in our life, of course. Okay, the next is, what is the challenges in bequeathing estates? The management and distribution of an estate often faces various challenges that can lead to conflicts and difficulties within the family. Here are some common challenges that are often faced. I found that the first, dispute between heirs. This is one of the biggest challenges in the emergence of disputes between family members regarding the division of the estate. Differences in opinion and expectation can lead to prolonged conflicts, of course. Second is lack of understanding of inheritance law. Many heirs do not understand inheritance law, both in the context of Sharia and positive law. This lack of knowledge can lead to ignorance of their rights and how they should be distributed. The third is poor transparency and communication. Openness of information and communication between family members about the estate is very important. Lack of clear communication can lead to suspicion and misunderstanding, of course. The fourth is avoidance and fraud. In some cases, there is an attempt to ignore or deceive the rightful heirs. This can include the creation of false documents or attempts to divert the estate from going to the rightful beneficiaries. The fifth is complicated family circumstances. The presence of children from different marriages, divorce, or other complex family arrangements can complicate the inheritance distribution process. And in many cases, we found it in Indonesia. The sixth is legal uncertainty. In some countries or regions, the legal framework regarding inheritance can be unclear or undetailed, making it difficult to determine the rights and obligations of heirs. 7, estate valuation issues. Improper valuation of the estate, maybe like property, business, or other assets, can lead to unfairness in distribution, as some heirs may get lesser value. Then some heirs may get lesser value or than they should. The next is emotional constraints. The inheritance management process is often accompanied by strong emotions, especially in the case of the loss of a loved one. The resurgence of feelings of grief and discord can affect rationality in decision making. The next is complicated tax rules. In some countries, inheritance tax regulation can be very complex. You know that in Indonesia, there are 12% tax rules, and this can pose a challenge for heirs in planning the distribution of assets, so as not to be exposed to a heavy tax burden. The last is inefficient asset management. In some cases, the asset may consist of assets that are difficult to manage, such as property that requires maintenance or complex investment, which can be a burden to the heirs. Overcoming this requires good communication, a deep understanding of inheritance law, and sometimes the help of a third party, such as mediator or legal advisor, to achieve a fair and conflict-free distribution. As IFPA now prays, I think IFPA can be solution for a third party. IFPA can be a mediator or legal advisor, yeah, if we found many problem inheritance. The next we will talk about securing future generation, actually in assets and digital assets. I'm so sorry before, Mr. Budiman, is my voice clear? Can you hear my voice clearly?
Not hear clearly, but maybe you can change the microphone, Bu Rina.
Okay. Okay. How about
Okay,
now?
this is better.
Oh, this
More
is
louder.
okay. Okay, the next I will talk about securing future generation, especially for digital asset. The first is how education on inheritance of assets. We know that organized educational programs on the importance of understanding inheritance law is in Islam for the younger generation, and teaches how to manage and care for assets responsibly and in accordance with Sharia. The second is community engagement. This is very important, that encourage the public to participate in heritage management and protection activities, and also facilitate discussion between the older and younger generation on the values contained in the estate. This occasion is a very good occasion because this occasion, our discussion today is one of the way that facilitate discussion between us, between the old and the younger generation on the values contained in this topic. The third is compliance with Sharia principle. Ensure that all processes related to the management of inherited assets comply with Sharia principles, including aspect of fairness, transparency, and also responsibility. The next is invite religious leaders and legal experts to be involved in formulating policies on inheritance management. Now we are going to talk about digital innovation in heritage management. Like what Mr. Indra said before about digital technologies and platform for heritage management, introducing various digital technologies and platform such as maybe application and blockchains that can be used to record, to manage, and distribute inheritance according to Sharia principle. The first is digitization of documents and assets. Transferring legal documents such as inheritance deeds and inheritance-related information into a digital format. The second is creating digital archives that allow easier and more secure access to heritage-related information. The second is legacy management platform. Development of an application of digital platform specifically for asset management, including features to record, value, and distribute assets in accordance with Sharia, and also provides tools for heirs to plan and manage inheritance efficiently. The third is blockchain use, as what Mr. Indra said before. Utilizing blockchain technology to record transactions related to inheritance can ensure transparency and fairness, and also ensure that the distribution of inheritance is carried out in accordance with the established Islamic inheritance law. Now, this is very important. How we know about what we say to our digital asset inheritance. Some example. What is the example of digital asset? Yeah, example that the types of digital asset that can be inherited, like maybe cryptocurrency, social media accounts, digital property, and how they can be organized in accordance with Sharia. Digital assets that can fall under the inheritance category include various types of value that exist in digital format. Now, here are some examples of digital assets that can be considered as inheritance. The first is social media account. Of course, most of all, we have our own social media accounts on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and others. And this includes all the content, photos, videos, and connections, the connection they contain. Of course, the social media account that have value to making money, to making money. If I myself, my account in social media is not very much, it's just less than 1,000, I think. Maybe Madam Annie, of course, much more than me, yeah, but the followers, yeah, Madam. I not follow your media social account, Madam Annie. Maybe you can share to me, then I can follow you. Okay, the next cryptocurrency. Digital currencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others that are stored in digital wallets. This can be a significant part of one's wealth. The third is blockchain-based digital asset, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which can include digital artwork, collectibles, or other unique items that have value. The fourth is digital document. This includes important files stored in digital format, such as legal files, contracts, ownership documents, or maybe financial records. So the next is website or blog. A website or blog that has value, maybe from traffic, revenue, or maybe content created. So the next is software, application, and license. Application or software that have been purchased that may have value, especially if related to a business or creative work. So the seventh, email and contract information, maybe like contact list, email correspondence, and related information that may be of value to heirs. Next is digital media, collection of digitally processed music, films, or books, such as from maybe Spotify, iTunes, Kindle, and etc. They may have limited access. Games and in-game assets. Now, a game account that has valuable item like in-game currency or movable content. The 10 is cloud assets and online storage. Content stored on cloud services such as Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive, which may include images, videos, or important documents, and etc. It is important to note that the management and transfer of this digital asset must comply with applicable laws. including Sharia provisions where relevant, as well as the policies of the relevant services providers. In the context of inheritance, it is advisable to have a clear plan regarding how this asset will be managed and distributed to heirs. The third, we will talk about advantages of using technology for legacy management. The use of technology in legacy management offers a number of significant advantages. Here are some of them. The first is digital logging. Technology enables digital storage of heritage data, which is more secure and organized than manual record keeping. This makes it easier to access and manage information from anywhere. So transparency and accessibility, by using a digital platform, information regarding the estate and its distribution can be accessed by all heirs. There may be like reducing the potential for conflict or maybe a misunderstanding. The third is process automation. Technology can automate many aspects of inheritance management, such as the calculation of each heir shares and the preparation of legal documents. This reduces the administrative burden and speeds up the process, of course. So the fourth is data security. Digital storage can be equipped with security features such as encryption and access control, which help protect sensitive information and prevent leaks of unauthorized access. Improving collaboration, the online collaboration platform facilitates communication and discussion between heirs so that they can coordinate more effectively in making decisions related to the estate. The sixth is efficient asset management. Information technology can be used to manage and, of course, administer assets more efficiently, including asset value tracking, property management, and also investment maintenance. The seventh is application for inheritance planning. There are many applications that offer tools for asset planning and simulation, allowing users to explore different scenarios and gain a better understanding of the legal and also financial implication. The next, the eighth is training and education. Online platform can be used to educate families about inheritance management, understand the rights, and also realize the importance of planning ahead. The next is third-party support. Technology allows easy access to professionals such as lawyers or financial advisors who can assist heirs in understanding and navigating inheritance regulation. There are like example like Clio and DevWord. This application to have lawyers or financial advisors. The 10th is integration with blockchain technology. The use of blockchain technology to record inherited assets can increase trust and also security in the recording and transfer of property rights and reduce the possibility of fraud. By utilizing technology inheritance management processes can be conducted more efficiently, transparently, and securely, and thereby minimizing potential conflicts and also providing certainty for all parties involved. There are many some countries or communities have successfully implemented digital solutions to manage Sharia-compliant inheritance. Here are some examples of best practices that can be highlighted. The first is My Wasiat from Malaysia. The second is Wasiat Sedembet from Malaysia also. The third is Islamic Wills. The fourth, Wasiat Online. The fifth, Sharia-based Corporation Indonesia. Next is Smart Contract on Blockchain by United Arab Emirates. And AWPS in the Gulf countries. And also Sharia-based Inheritance Education platform. Through this digital innovation and implementations, these countries and communities are demonstrating that technology can be an effective tool for managing inherited assets in accordance with Sharia and principle. This approach not only eases the process, but also increases transparency and fairness in the distribution of wealth. Okay, before closing, I would like to say about the future of our digital heritage in Islam. Some aspects that can be expected in the future digital heritage in Islam. The first is accessibility improvement. As technology develops, more individuals have access to information regarding inheritance rights and procedures in accordance with Sharia law. Digital apps and platforms will make it easier for people to understand the Islamic inheritance system and better plan for this aspect of their estate. The second is blockchain use. Blockchain technology can be used to create a transparent and immutable record of property right. And also the digitization of will documents. The process of creating and storing wills digital is becoming increasingly common, with digital solutions that provide templates or guidelines for will making. Individuals can more easily draft a document that is valid under Islamic law and ensure that their wishes are recognized and implemented. The fourth is education and awareness, with online platform and apps that educate people about Sharia-compliant inheritance. And also innovation in asset management. Digital apps and platform will make asset management easier, including value tracking and asset inference maintenance. The next is integration in Islamic financial services. Better law enforcement, support for the global community, legal adaptation and renewal, and challenges and ethics. With the increasing adoption of technology in various aspects of life, including inheritance management, the future of digital inheritance in Islam can bring about a positive transformation. It can help create a system that is more fair, transparent, and in line with religious values, while fulfilling the needs of modern society. Okay, for closing, integrating digital innovation in the management of Islamic legacies is an important step toward ensuring the sustainability and relevance of legacies for future generations. With a Sharia-compliant approach, we can utilize technology to preserve and manage these valuable assets, and at the same time, educate future generations about the important values of the estates they inherit. These efforts will shape a better future, where the cultural and spiritual heritage of Muslim is preserved and honored. Okay, maybe enough from me. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Bu Rina Bahren, for your very valuable insight. I think about this digital inheritance, yeah, estates, and also this wasiyah. Canada more advanced and more. There's maybe lots more application and practical fields on Canada, and then we must hear from Mr. Fahad about this. And we proceed to our second panelist, Mr. Fahad. He's the CEO of Mabrook Financials, based on Canada, also a crowdfunding platform. He will discuss innovations in Islamic digital financial products for wealth successions. Please proceed, Mr. Fahad. Tafadhal.
Thank you, Pak Budiman and all my esteemed speaker. I think I'm the one with the very less knowledge, mashallah, with the sisters and brother. What I've heard, mashallah, I've learned a lot today. So, Brother Budiman, can you see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Just
Yes.
wanted to confirm. Okay.
Okay, but it's divided on two forms.
Okay.
Not full. Yeah, it's presenter view, the one that you present before.
Okay. Let me just try again. Is it visible now?
Nah, yeah.
Okay, it's good.
I think a little bit small. I don't know, but yeah, there's
No, let me disconnect the big piece.
it's like not all full screen. Maybe you could try it again, Pak Fahad.
Should be okay now.
Ah, nah, good.
Yeah.
All good now.
All right, sorry for that. So let me just start by saying, in when we talk about the digital asset, which of course does also include your digital stock lying somewhere in your mobile app. But primarily, let's talk about the blockchain world and the Web3 world, where we understand that almost 520 million users exist today. And as per the study, Pavatiman and the rest of the esteemed guest speaker have shared, we are talking about 60 to 70% not having any inheritance setup, right? So the why it is important, because cryptocurrencies or tokenization, what Mabrook does, just to clarify one thing, Mabrook does not deal with cryptocurrency. Mabrook strictly deal with the security token or tokenization, and it just spits out or issue or security token. So combining cryptocurrency, whatever crypto asset or digital asset we have, it's a digital money. So just like we have cash and gold, right? We cannot just transfer it like cash or gold. We need to have a proper planning on the blockchain. So something happens, for example, to me, then how it would go to my daughter. So we have to put some instruction on the blockchain so it is executed. Keep in mind, if you hold a Bitcoin and you hold a private key, and let's say we die with that private key, there is no way you can claim the Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency. So we have to have a proper documented plan on doing it over the blockchain. The number 2 point is that we should list them as just like we are writing our physical will on a piece of paper. We should also have our will set up somewhere on a smart contract, and I will talk about it how Mabrook handles it. Because if you don't do it in a smart contract, the private key cannot be transferred to the other heirs, right? Let me go to the next screen. So let's talk about the latest figure we have from the AAA.io. And you will be surprised to see that if you see the adoption rate, which is, you see those numbers, basically these are the adoption rate of in any country, and Indonesia falls in the 13.9 cryptocurrency user adoption, right? Which is a big number. And if you see the top 15 countries, almost half of them maybe, or 12, first 12 countries, almost half would be a Muslim country. So starting from UAE to Turkey, um, to Saudi Arabia, and then Indonesia, maybe 4 or 5 countries are having high adoption rate are Muslim. So that means that there's a there's a masses, there are masses who are holding cryptocurrency, but 60-70%, as the research say by Global Islamic Forum, which was shared with me, um, they don't have an inheritance plan. So we need to be very worried about it, because it's a hard-earned money, and if we are not able to have a proper inheritance setup, then it's a loss of money as well. I'll go to the next slide directly. I'll just try to explain a couple of challenges which I'm aware of. Of course, there are so many my guest speakers and my listeners on the webinar. They would have more knowledge than me, and then they can ask question. Maybe we can improve this and document. But the 5-6 problem I see is that blockchain it's in DNA. The way blockchain is built is just decentralized and intangible. Once you put something on the blockchain, there is no tangible receipt, for example, on our hand. Everything is done on the blockchain itself. So, example, if I have a Bitcoin, for example, or if I have a security token or a tokenized asset from Mabrook, it's lying in my wallet, then it's decentralized. Everybody has it in the blockchain, but does my wife has the information? If so, is it on a piece of paper? I don't think so that's going to work out, because once the digital asset is stored on the blockchain, you need a private key to access it. Not only that, when you are buying and selling, there's a lot of KYC happening, right? Especially when you come to the tokenization, just like when you buy a stock or digital or shares from the market, my son or my daughter cannot just go and start trading those, right? They need to have access to the application or whatnot. Similarly, in blockchain, we need to have the private key, we need to have a proper setup where we can transfer those information to access the tokens to the wallet. So how Mabrook does it, that in Mabrook, when we are onboarding anybody, what we do is that part of the KYC process, also we take the next of kin and the family information. And then if they are not able to provide it by that time, then we are sending them the reminder to do so. So we take that information and we park it on the platform. So something happens to the original owner, the will is exercised using that information on the platform, i.e. that we create another private key and we tie that private key with the next of kin. So when the original owner dies, the other wallet private keys are transferred or activated for the beneficiaries. The other thing, challenges we are seeing is that just like cryptocurrency, it itself has a regulatory ambiguity today. For example, in Indonesia also, and thanks to Pabudiman, I was in Indonesia in November, we came to know that the policy is being built for tokenization and whatnot and cryptocurrency. But we see that there is no legal law which is forcing the public, just like real estate planning, to have a proper documentation or legal documentation on the crypto asset. But there is a solution today which exists, that we can automate the distribution of those tokens via blockchain smart contract. So what happened is that whatever the local law price says, right, in a piece of paper, we reflect that on the platform as per the Sharia governance framework, and that's what we have done in Mabrook, and we automate that process. So whatever the local losses, what should be, just like in Suranasa, we have all those distribution percentages. The blockchain Sharia governance smart contract execute that. So I think we can get away till the time we have a policy coming in from regulator like OJK or somebody in Indonesia for the digital asset inheritance laws. The other thing is not compliance risk, but it's the technical and security risk. Something happened that you have secured the private key or the tokens in your some offline wallet, right? Um, what Mabrook does is that Mabrook heavily discourage of custodial wallet. We keep the wallet inside the platform secure way, and in the lifetime of the owners, the owner can only access it. But the moment owner, the next of kin comes and they say they provide some proof of evidence, then we exercise the separate wallet where we exercise the contract, which I was explaining in the line number 2, legal and authority ambiguity, and this is how we transfer it. The other thing is that Mabrook also have a connection API available, and it's a best practice that we use the banks as a custodian. So rather than having it on the platform like Mabrook, we see the convergence where we are going to start moving those digital asset to Islamic bank. So the access is from the Mabrook platform, but the physical, the registry or the coins are under the supervision of the bank. So that means we are doubling the layer of the regulation and we are protecting the investor and their family. The other challenge we see the lack of awareness and documentation. Just like when we do estate planning, we write everything, right? In Mabrook platform, what we do is that we have created a list. Whatever token you are owning, you have a list. It's basically, you can download it on the PDF and give to any lawyer or some lawyer who is your family lawyer, so they are aware what kind of asset you are holding. Of course, in Mabrook, we cannot have the cryptocurrency holdings, but there's something I will, educate everybody. If you hold even $1 worth of cryptocurrency, please do write it and park it somewhere, right? Within the platform, can be Mabrook, can be anybody, can be any other asset tokenization platform or a trading platform. they should have a reminder also set up. So the users or the investors who have the cryptocurrency or a security token, and they have not provided their next of kin or their inheritance or will, we are sending a reminder to them and documenting them. That's a part of the Sharia governance process as well. Um, the other thing is that just like any estate planning we do, just be mindful of the work and the charitable cause in your local country. So if you want to be tax efficient, and when you pass away, then you also put some portion and just educate the lawyer or your family that you can have some tax saving, maybe less liabilities when you invest into or you do donation to work and charitable causes. The last challenge I would see is the family dispute, which is very normal as we see, unfortunately. So what we can do is that we when the owner of the asset in his lifetime, he's writing the form to us. Basically, we are logging all the activity what he's writing, right? Of course, his will prevails with the Sharia laws, with the Sharia law combination. We kind of use the lawyer and the legal system we have with the Sharia governance and the investors, who is the owner of the token. We log everything, and the log is kept in on the blockchain, and it's linked to the user wallet. So when we are exercising the inheritance or the will, then we pull the logs from the blockchain, and those are immutable logs. So you cannot go ahead and change it, right? So whatever was decided stays on the blockchain. It's pulled with the same information. I will just proceed. I hope it helps. The other thing is that in Mabrook, what we are basically doing is that, Alhamdulillah, Mabrook is the world first Islamic asset tokenization platform. It provides the end-to-end solution where you can, and it automates all the the processes on the smart contract according to the wasiya of the investors. So that's one of the component in addition to tokenizing the property or whatever you want to tokenize on the platform. Platform also adheres to the Islamic financials law and inheritance law. That's a part of the Sharia governance framework, and our Sharia board have basically put together a document that we have enforced into the smart contract, the one we execute on any process at the lifetime of the token itself. I think that last slide I have is that it can be basically any Sharia compliant tokenization platform, but Alhamdulillah at Mabrook level for 2.5 years, what we have done is that we have ensured in the processes that the asset transfer processes are kicked in. They are visible to the user. They are not dependent on us. They can go and activate anytime they want to activate their inheritance will. They can go and type it, write it, put together all the lawyers document they have and push it on the platform, and then platform take care of it as a log, as I was explaining. It automates, as I explained many times, the entire process. So you start with your login. The day you do KYC or onboarding, you are putting that information to the level of the to the time you have your own wallet activated. We kind of provide all the service at the user interface for the investor or the user of the platform. Of course, since Mabrook is on a Polygon blockchain, which is a very efficient blockchain, we are able to reduce the inheritance the legal cost as well, because the moment you organize all the paperwork, the transfer is merely maybe a friction of a cost, maybe less than $1 to transfer those digital assets over the blockchain. So this is one of the example. Of course, Mabrook forces everybody to think about their will, which most of Muslim, unfortunately, just like me, weak Muslims, they are not able to put it on the priority of their life. But of course, we don't know when we will be called back. So Mabrook educates and really pushes all the user of the platform to have the will ready. So we have a proper UI, a proper process which tells and it kind of dictates the process. And if they skip it, then it's Mabrook platform also, as I mentioned earlier, send a regular reminder up to the level of the WhatsApp. Of course, Mabrook can be configured to comply with any local Sharia laws, which is the inheritance law. all the regulatory laws, and it can easily, seamlessly embed into the blockchain. So that's all from my side. Jazakallah khair and Ramadan Mubarak.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fahad, for sharing your expertise and Mabrook platform on digital assets. Gentlemen, now we move on the Q&A sessions. Please submit your questions via the chat features, or maybe you can raise your hand. I will select some questions for our panelists to answer. Okay, there's one question from Mr. Khalid Iqbal. The question is, are we talking about parallel Sharia-compliant digital world for Muslim based on our Islamic laws in general digital world or crypto? Decentralization doesn't allow to follow any regulatory frameworks. Maybe this is for Bu Rina.
I think especially for crypto, Mabrook is
Mabrook, okay, Mr. For Mr. Fahad.
Mr. Fahad.
Your sounds very faint, Bu Rina.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I think about crypto, Mr. Fahad is more available than me because his presentation is about crypto, token, crypto, and others. But
Okay.
On my side, if crypto is in our Islamic law doesn't usable yet for many countries. Maybe we just take what we need and what we need to make it as our inheritance like that. But crypto, maybe like in Indonesia, especially the regulation for crypto, especially for Sharia-Compliant management from Muslim Council of Indonesia also. They didn't tell us about how is crypto available for us to take it as inheritance in Islam like that. It's from my side,
Yeah.
Maybe from Mr. Fahad, especially in crypto, because Mabrook,
Sure.
Mabrook that you bought it is about crypto and token.
Jazakallah, sister. No, I think what you said is right. Just a disclaimer to everybody. Up till now, IFE even does not recognize cryptocurrency as Sharia compliant. It's a very case-to-case basis thing, and that's why Mabrook does not promote any sort of cryptocurrency per se. We only promote asset-backed securities, which are token crypto assets. So just to answer, of course, the blockchain itself is the decentralization in nature. It's decentralized and it does not comply with any regulatory framework or state bank. But yes, we can build our own application which will comply with the securities laws. For example, Mabrook follows Canadian Ontario Security Commission exchange laws and regulation. Of course, it's built on Polygon, and we have no problem doing so. We use the decentralized infrastructure, but all the smart contracts are geared towards our Sharia mandated governance framework. So that's my short and sweet answer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fahad. And next question, there's Mr. Abbas Buharisani, raise hand. So please open your mic and ask directly to the speakers. Mr. Abbas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I am Abbas Buharisani from Sokoto State, Nigeria. Well, Alhamdulillah, we are very thankful for this very educative session. And my question here is that maybe if someone died and leave one social media account, like she made mention Facebook, WhatsApp, or TikTok. Let's take as, for example, if he leave TikTok and he is a content creator, maybe he is uploading Quranic recitation and other things. When he died, what is the proper way that his relatives could benefit from his account? Are they selling it to another content creator so that the money can be shared as an inheritance, or someone from the family will manage the account? Whatever they gain from the account will be shared to inheritance again. I hope you got my question.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Very
So
clear,
this
Mr.
is my
Abbas.
question. Thank you.
Okay. I think Mr. Abbas' question is for Bu Rina, because the one who mentions about inheritance for media socials. Please, Bu Rina.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abbas.
I think Bu Rina must
Okay,
use
sorry.
microphone there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abbas. Considering social media accounts as part of the asset in context of Islamic inheritance law, this is a relative new and complex matter. Here are some steps that can be taken to utilize or regulate the ownership rights of social media accounts within the framework of inheritance according to Islamic principle. The first is account registration in official name. Make sure that your social media accounts are registered in a clear official name. This is important for proof of ownership and to facilitate the transfer process after the testator dies. The second is documentation and inventory, of course. We have to make a list of the social media accounts owned along with important information such as usernames, passwords, and account recovery information. This can be considered as an asset that must be managed and inherited. The third is wasiyah or will. In Islam, a Muslim is allowed to leave a will. If you want to ensure that social media accounts are made part of the estate, you can include this in your will. For example, you can explain how you want the accounts to be managed by the heirs or what information should be inherited along with the accounts. The fourth is account setting. Some social media platform provide an option for managing your account after death. For example, Facebook has a feature for managing your account called Legacy Contact that allows you to design someone to manage your account after you die. Setting up for this feature can help you organize how your account will be managed. The fifth, consult a legal expert. Given that inheritance arrangement in Islam involve many legal aspects, it is highly recommended that you consult a legal advisor or heir who is familiar with Islamic inheritance law. They can provide specific guidance based on the laws in your country. The sixth is family education. Educate your family members about the importance of your social media accounts and how they can access them. This can help with the transition and management of your accounts after you are gone. And seven, ethical and content considerations. Consider the content of your social media accounts. Make sure that what you post is in accordance with Islamic principle and can be ethically passed on to your heirs. With the above steps, we can help ensure that our social media accounts are considered part of our estate and can be managed in a manner that is consistent with Islamic inheritance principle. However, this is an area that is still developing, but so it is important to stay on top on checks and consult with authorities. That's from me. Thank you.
Wow, a very clear answer. Okay, and also I want to remind the committee that Mr. Abbas also request for the slides for all of the sessions, inshallah. And then another question from Mr. Khalid Iqbal to Mr. Fahad. Fahad, good to hear about inclusions of family inheritance. But don't you think the process of applying isn't simple enough for Mabrook customers, especially someone outside Canada?
It's a very good question. So what we do is that because anything we do is triggered from Sharia board, we have a template, inheritance template, which is also complying with the Islamic Society for North America regulations. So we have kind of uses a best practice document. I mean, you can apply it anywhere. Of course, for Canadian laws, um, there is a state law. So if you don't have a will, basically Canada will exercise their state law, right? It's just like not on the crypto asset, but anything you have. That's why Canada, we also are basically have a campaign also, which is very focused in masjids also to have wills. And so Mabrook kind of opened that forms, and then all that information on the form is basically gelled into the token itself at the attribute level. So we follow ERC 3643 security token framework, and in that we have on-chain ID, so we kind of recognize who owns that, right? It happens on the blockchain. In that also we embed the information on the inheritance, and that's how we execute it. For anybody who's looking, who's outside Canada, is investing in Canada, I have to see the use case. By the way, Mabrook is not launched yet. We are working towards the license, but I'm talking about the approval and the stages we have went in Canada, and the platform is ready to basically go live, inshallah. From outside Canada, I have to see the use case, but I think the local law of the land prevails. So what Mabrook can do at best of it, it can generate report. It will provide all the evidence you want to execute. As far as we are able to identify the beneficiary over the blockchain, we will just transfer the asset. What happened after that? What is your local laws and how they manage it is something of the something at the user end. If I'm able to answer the question rightly.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fahad. And then another questions were from Olaid Yusuf Bamik Bola. First question is, Mabrook platform, as explained, can be used for sharing heritage. Can it also be used to pay zakat? And then the second question, how do we access Mabrook platform? As you mentioned before, it's not launched yet. Is it through their websites or there is app to download?
So I'll take the very good question. The question number one is that I just put a YouTube video link there. Just go and look for our Sharia, one of our Sharia board member, very learned, Dr. Mufti Yusuf Sultan, who is also IFPA policy maker. He is speaking about the zakat. So you can just follow that zakat on digital asset, and of course Mabrook, once it's launched, it will provide that same what he explained and designed by him on the platform. Number two, we haven't launched yet, so it will be on the website. Basically, you can use any device to access it once we roll out, inshallah. The first project will be, and I don't want to talk about the project here, but it is going to be the real estate, and then we go from there, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fahad. And then another question from Majid Agun Sakin. Please, you can open your mic and then directly ask the panelists. Mr. Majid.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. I also appreciate the knowledge sharing. My question goes to Mr. Fahad.
Hello, Mr. Majid. Your sound stops.
Some times ago, I'm Kushak Majid from Nigeria, about the tokenization that was released. So we've not heard about that. Please, can you kindly update us on how to engage those that has knowledge of Islamic finance in order to move and carry out the engagements on the tokenization in their areas, most especially we in this part of Africa. Thank you.
You need to repeat again the question, Mr. Fahad?
I heard a little bit of it, but I think what Brother Majid is asking is about how can we help him or somebody can help him to launch Islamic finance products in his country. That's what I came to know. If that's your question, Brother Majid, just reach out to us, inshallah. Whatever we can do in our capacity, we can do that. I mean, we can provide you the platform. But that's a deep discussion.
Okay.
But we are available, like whatever we have, we are happy to share with you, inshallah.
So how can Brother Majid reach you? From LinkedIn or others? Mr. Fahad?
Yeah. LinkedIn or just message me on LinkedIn, and here is my email. If somebody want to email me, here you go. You guys can email me.
Okay.
So Mabrook and Uran is like one company. So
Inshallah.
if you are talking to with Pak Budiman, it's like me as well.
Yeah, inshallah. Okay, any more questions? There's a suggestion from Mr. Olate to the committee that we need the recording of the seminar and the presentation slides, inshallah. Okay. Okay, there's another question from Abu Bakar Yao. What measures can be taken to ensure that Sharia-compliant digital asset inheritance is properly implemented and recognized by legal and financial institutions, particularly in jurisdictions where Islamic law is not the primary governing law? I think both Bu Rina and Mr. Fahad can answer this. Please, Bu Rina, for your answers. Bu Rina?
I think sister, you are on mute. Maybe she's struggling with the
Okay,
audio. We can hear.
for the question from Abu Bakar, what measures can be taken to ensure that Sharia-compliant digital asset inheritance is properly implemented and recognized by legal and financial institutions, particularly in this jurisdiction where Islamic law is not the primary governing law? Okay, Abu Bakar, yeah, may I ask you maybe where you stay now?
I think like he's on Africa, Nigeria, or sounds like.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I'm from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, wait for a while.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Abu Bakar.
Okay. Ensuring that the inheritance of digital asset, ensuring that sorry, is my voice clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yes,
Very clear.
your voice is clear.
I have
Yeah,
to take off my headset for speaking.
I'm hearing you. Your voice is clear, very clear. Yeah.
Ensuring that the inheritance of digital assets in accordance with Sharia is carried out properly and recognized by legal and financial institutions, especially in jurisdiction that don't adopt Islamic law as the primary law, requires a systematic and careful approach. Here are some steps that can be taken. The first is drafting a will. Draft a clear will that regulates your digital assets. Be sure to include all relevant information, including the type, value, and how the assets will be managed after the testator passes away. In the will, you can specify that the assets must be managed in accordance with Sharia principle, of course. The second is consultation with Sharia and legal experts. Engage a fiqh expert like Islamic jurists and legal advisor who understand both perspectives, Sharia and state law. They can help ensure that your will is Sharia compliant as well as compliant with local laws. The third is documentation and inventory of digital assets. Create a clear inventory of digital assets, including social media accounts, cryptocurrencies, website domains, emails, and cloud storage application. And also document important information such as usernames, passwords, and account recovery methods. The fourth is use legal and financial services. Consider using a notary or attorney to create and validate legal document related to your will and management of digital assets. Make sure that these documents are recognized by local legal institution, of course. The fifth is appointment on heirs and administrators. In your will or in our will, design an heir or administrator who is responsible for carrying out the will. Make sure that the person understands Sharia principle and can carry them out properly. The sixth is educate family and heirs. Like what I said before, the question from Mr. Abu Bakar, and also now the same question, a similar question. We have to educate our family and heirs. Inform that our heirs and family members about our digital assets and how they are managed. Educate them about the importance of maintaining integrity and Sharia values. It is very important. Education in our family, this is the first. The seven is notification to service providers. Some digital service providers allow us to set access rights after our death. Yeah. Like what I said before about Facebook or maybe in Instagram and others. So access and security, ensure that our digital assets are secure and easily accessible to our dissected heirs. Using a password manager or secure storage services can help manage access. The 9, comply with local regulation. Always ensure that you comply with local laws and regulation regarding the inheritance of digital assets. The involvement of legal counsel is essential to assess this matter. The last is regular revision. Review and update our asset documents periodically to relax change in assets, values, or family circumstance. With these steps, we can work to ensure that the inheritance aspects of our digital assets are not only carried out in accordance with Sharia principles, but are also recognized and implemented appropriately by the relevant legal institution, even if Islamic law is not the primary law in the region. Thanks for me.
Okay. And then from Mr. Fahad sides, any other perspective maybe?
No, I think, mashallah, the topic is very niche and very good. We all Muslim 2 billion, we need to get better in our inheritance management. And of course, it has a direct impact on the Waqf and endowment funds, right? Because I've seen, like me, I'm a prime example. I did not had my will until I was 36, and my wife was pushing me to do so, right? So we need to get better in the awareness. We need to remind each other for that. Mashallah, in Toronto, every Friday, our imams are basically promoting this will, because in Canada and non-Muslim countries becomes really dangerous, because as I explained, that if you don't have a proper inheritance planning, no wills, then it means that the state is going to take everything, and your family will get maybe 50-30% of that inheritance, right? So it's very important. So thank you for that.
Okay. Okay, I think we've come to the end of our sessions. Thank you all for the engaging and insightful discussions. And before we conclude, we will hear a closing statement from each of our esteemed panelists. We'll start with Ms. Rina. Please, Rina, for your closing statement.
For me, I'm the first. Okay. For my closing statement, integrating the digital innovation in the management of Islamic heritage is an important step toward ensuring the sustainability and relevance of heritage for future generations. With a Sharia-compliant approach, we can leverage technology to preserve and manage these valuable assets, while at the same time educating future generation about the important values of the heritage they inherit. This will shape a better future, inshallah, where the cultural and spiritual heritage of Muslim is preserved and respected. That from me. Thank you.
Okay. And then closing statement from Mr. Fahad. Please, Mr. Fahad.
Yeah, I'll just repeat everything. Is very important, as my sister also mentioned this. I'll just emphasize that try to automate in your local community. I mean, whenever the mobile platform is available, anybody can use it, inshallah, free of cost. But try to automate all the inheritance and try to solve this at your community level. Get everything electronic as soon as possible, so people are able to do it in phone. Like we have so many apps of social media and exchanges and whatnot, but we don't have a proper app for inheritance management, right? That shows that we don't have that focus we need to have. Inshallah, Mabrook will be taking it, but anybody who wants to who wants to take initiative, please do so. That's my closing remarks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Rina and Fahad, Mr. Fahad, for your final thoughts. And then we would like to show the certificates from Fahrul. Are you ready? We want to present token of appreciations. Fahrul.
Just a minute. Dimas will present it, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is the online token of appreciations to our distinguished panelists for their valuable contributions to today's webinars. A certificate also will be sent to Bu Rina. This is Bu Rina. And then the other certificate to Mr. Fahad.
Jazakallah. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
very
Fahad.
much.
Really
Okay,
appreciate it.
that
Means a
is a
lot.
certificate to Dr. Mukhlisin from us, from IFPA. We're very thankful for your insights, thoughts, and sharing very valuable expertise. Okay, gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, we have reached the end of our sessions. A big thank you to IFPA, our esteemed speaker, and all participants for joining us. We hope today's discussion has provided valuable insight into digital asset inheritance planning under Islamic principles. Before I close, maybe Farul, is there any photo sessions? Usually in Indonesia, always photo sessions. Is there any photo sessions, Farul?
Thank you so much, Brother Budiman and Brother Fahad and Sister Rina. MashaAllah, you've been actually highlighting several good points and very important points. And of course, yes, we need to take picture.
Okay. This is the most one of the most important sessions in. Okay, please for all the participants to maybe you can open your video so we can take a picture. And for Fahrul, maybe you can direct the photo sessions.
All right. Maybe everyone can open camera. One, two, three. Wait a minute. Maybe Mr. Dimas can help because my laptop is very lagging. All right, for the next page. Okay, it's done.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone. See you in future
Welcome.
events. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you
Thanks
all.
everyone. Thank you, Madam Ani and others.
Thank you, Bu Rina. Thank you, Mr. Fatih. Abu Bakar. Thank you all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Assalamualaikum
wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Izin ya, Madam. Izin ya, teman-teman semua dari IFPA. Assalamualaikum.
So how can a participant access the attendance board? I tried to fill the attendance sheet, but Hello, are you there? Anyone?
Some of us are still with you.
The link has been
Eh?
sent to the check
I
the
tried
comment section.
the
You see the link,
attendance sheet,
the
but
link was sent and there.
Yeah, even on my side here, I tried accessing
Yeah, and you can use this,
the
can
yes,
use
but it
this.
seems like it's not going.
why you say we should put the ID professional CFP? I don't understand it.
You can scan this.
I'm sorry, my brother is IDCFP is fully on Indonesian. So if you don't want to put in, it's okay, my brother.
So, and please, regarding the next seminar, or I say next programs, this is my first time of joining this kind of seminar. I would love to, if I will give the chance to be part of any of your platforms, that is for easy assessment of your programs and activities. I am Usama from Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, I have dropped my email address and my contact also on the chat box. So please, I would love to be engaged in the next activities and programs.
Have you joining the group WhatsApp?
No,
Thank you,
no,
Osama, to
I
added to the group, to the group WhatsApp.
oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we will always share the program in group WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you.